Can everybody hear us?
Yep, we can hear you.
Perfect. All right, we're gonna open up the brief statement from coach, and then we'll take some questions after that.
Yeah, really appreciate you guys jumping on. A great game for us tonight. It was really awesome to see the resiliency and just the connectivity out there on that court. Definitely a game of runs. It was a great environment, really, really great environment. But felt like we grew a lot from our K-State game. You know, one of the biggest challenges or opportunities that we had coming out of that K-State game was to close that gap mentally when things weren't going well for us. And I felt like, today we're very resilient. It was the next play mentality, which I thought was really on point. And we knew that we had to make sure we just took this game one game at a time, or one possession at a time. But physical game both ways. Both teams competed at a high level. Illinois has got a great squad. Shauna's a great coach. So this was certainly a big win for us on the road.
Robin, you talk about resiliency, those final 2-3 minutes. Can you talk about the resiliency you saw in that final stretch to outlast Illinois and get that win?
Yeah, just missed some free throws and there's could have been deflation, but we knew that we had to have the mindset that we've got to get some stops, and I thought we did that. I thought we other than a couple possessions real late, thought we really rose to the occasion. And again, that's something that we've been struggling with is just letting our offense dictate our defense, and felt like our players did a really good job with that.
Can you talk about the game Mama had? Obviously, 20 points, solid game for her. Also, Haley as well out there.
Yeah, so I thought Mama, her vibe, the way her leadership is so impactful for our team. And I think the way teams choose to defend her at times can be really frustrating. And I think there's been stretches in the past where, you could just see in her body language that she was frustrated, missed a couple shots, had a couple threes, missed a couple at the rim. But I just felt like she was able to recalibrate so quickly and just have that next play mentality, and really, I thought, created some havoc on the defensive end for us. Huge game for Mama. Thought she really stepped up as a leader in this game, hit some big shots for us.
Now a couple times this season coming off of a loss, you guys get back in the win column the next game. What has it been about this team's mentality coming in after a loss and kind of resetting after that?
Yeah, I just think again, we're still finding our way through the season, and they just so resilient. They come to practice the next day and embrace film. They don't get too high, they don't get too low, and just keep going to work. That's their mindset. And I think that's the biggest goal for us is just growing and learning. Whether we win, whether we lose, let's get better. Let's make sure we're trending in the right direction. And certainly this was a game that's, means a lot to a lot of people, with it being a border war. But honestly, this game was about proving something to ourselves. And that was the mindset when we took that court. And I thought they maintained great connectivity, great resiliency for 40 minutes.
Coach, you guys have had quite a few close games like this early on in the season. What were some of the lessons and improvements you think your team made compared to some of those earlier in the season now?
Yeah, I think every game's a little bit unique and different. I mean, in that, some of them early on, it was our transition defense that would come back to bite us. I felt like, our big emphasis this week was our off-ball defense, believe it or not. We felt like our off-ball defense, we were just, we were catching our breath, and then we became reactive in how we would rotate and put out fires instead of proactive. And so really trying to maintain that defensive stance off the ball, which would allow us to be more aggressive and put out fires when those opportunities came. But I think the biggest thing for me, to be honest with you, is just the resiliency in those moments when you're not going to play a perfect game. There's going to be breakdowns on the defensive end. We're going to miss good looks on the offensive end, but their ability to just stay in the moment and take it one possession at a time.
How important are those leader players in these games where it's, kind of just back and forth, punch for punch?
I think it's honestly, yeah, I think sometimes as a upperclassman, you can want it so bad. Sometimes I think just the freshness of, young players that are just going out there to play and not overthinking can be really good too. But I think a lot of players stepped up in a lot of different ways. Judd maybe didn't shoot the ball extremely well, but she rebounded really, really, really well. I thought she played with great physicality. I thought her voice and in huddles was absolutely on point. And so it takes, it's a team game, and that connectivity and the energy that you show in your body language, huddles, it all matters. And I just think we, took a step in the right direction tonight.
Any other questions? All right.
Thanks, you
Thank you,
guys.
guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.